Hey there, nostalgic snackers! Welcome back to Nostalgia Area. Today, we're taking a delightful trip down memory lane to revisit some of the most delicious and iconic snacks from the 1970s. These weren't just snacks, they were childhood essentials, lunchbox MVPs, and the reason we sprinted home from school. Several famous treats such as Danish go-rounds and marathon bars will be on the panel for today. So, grab your stretchy pants and let's unwrap the past and rediscover those tasty goodies that might have slipped from your memory. First up, we have space food sticks, a snack inspired by the space race craze of the 60s and 70s. Originally developed for astronauts, these chewy, stick-like treats made kids feel like they were one bite away from floating in zero gravity. They came in flavors like chocolate, peanut butter, and caramel. Were they gourmet? Not exactly, but eating astronaut food made you feel like NASA was about to recruit you. Next on our list are Danish go-rounds, the flaky ancestors of Pop-Tarts. These fruit-filled pastries were baked rather than toasted, which meant you had a 50-50 chance of them crumbling all over your lap. They came in fruity flavors like apple, cherry, and strawberry, and were perfect for those who wanted the taste of a homemade pastry without the hassle of actually making one. Though they were eventually discontinued, they left a lasting impression on those who enjoyed them with a warm glass of milk. Move over, Kool-Aid! Funny Face drink mix was all the rage in the early 70s. These powdered drink mixes came in quirky flavors like Goofy Grape, Rootin' Tootin' Raspberry, and Freckle Face Strawberry. What made them memorable was the funny packaging and silly characters representing each flavor. Although they faced some controversy for certain names and were eventually rebranded, Funny Face drinks were a staple of 70s childhood refreshment. Before Happy Meals took the world by storm, Burger Chef Fun Meals were the go-to fast food treat for kids. These boxed meals contained a burger, fries, a drink, and a small toy or activity book. The toys weren't exactly cutting edge, but if you got a fun meal, you felt like royalty. Though Burger Chef is now a relic of the past, their fun meals paved the way for modern kids' meals concepts. If you loved caramel, the marathon bar was your dream snack. This long, braided caramel bar coated in milk chocolate was famous for its impressive length. It measured a full 8 inches. The wrapper even had a ruler printed on it, emphasizing its size. Eating one felt like a marathon in itself because it took so long to chew through all that caramel. Sadly, it was discontinued in the early 80s, but its memory lives on. Shake-a-Puddin' was part snack, part workout. It came in a small cup with powdered pudding mix. You added milk, popped on the lid, and shook it vigorously until it thickened. If you were lucky, you ended up with a creamy, delicious treat. If not, you had a weird, lumpy science experiment. While it wasn't the most refined dessert, it was undeniably fun to make and eat. Pizza spins were like tiny, crunchy pizzas in chip form. Basically what you get if an actual pizza had a baby with a cracker. Shaped like little wheels, these snacks were packed with a savory mix of cheese, tomato, and spices. Though they didn't stick around for long, pizza spins were beloved by those who craved something cheesy and crunchy. Freaky cereal came with a crew of weird, lovable monster mascots that made breakfast feel like an animated sitcom. The cereal itself? Sweet and crunchy, and probably responsible for a good chunk of 70s dentist paychecks. The marketing was so memorable that many kids became collectors of the Freakies figurines. Though the cereal itself was sweet and satisfying, it was the whimsical branding that truly made Freakies stand out. Jell-O 1, 2, 3 was a dessert mix that magically separated into 3 layers as it set. A creamy top layer, a mousse-like middle, and classic Jell-O on the bottom. It felt like a science experiment and a treat all in one. Available in a variety of fruity flavors, it became a favorite for dinner parties and family desserts. Despite its eventual discontinuation, it remains a nostalgic favorite for many. Chocodiles were essentially chocolate-covered Twinkies, and they were a dream come true for chocolate lovers. The combination of the fluffy golden sponge cake and creamy filling, all encased in a layer of chocolate, made for a decadent snack. Though Chocodiles have made occasional comebacks, they were most beloved in the 70s, when they were a staple in many kids' lunchboxes. While technically not a snack, Wacky Packages stickers often came with bubblegum, making them a memorable part of the 70s snacking experience. These collectible stickers parodied popular products with humorous names and illustrations. The gum itself wasn't particularly remarkable, but the excitement of opening a new pack of Wacky Packages was enough to make snack time special. Toffee made its debut in the 70s and was the candy for when you wanted to feel fancy. Each piece was a combination of hazelnut, caramel, and chocolate, making for a rich, indulgent treat. Its unique flavor profile and elegant presentation made it popular with both kids and adults. Remarkably, Toffee is still available today, but those who enjoyed it back then will remember the novelty it brought to candy aisles. Chunky bars were a thick, square-shaped chocolate bar filled with nuts and raisins. They were less candy bar and more portable meal thanks to their distinctive shape and hearty filling. Though they didn't have flashy packaging or gimmicks, Chunky bars had a loyal following among those who appreciated a more substantial chocolate treat. Libby's Fruit Float was a light and airy dessert that combined fruit-flavored gelatin with whipped topping. It had a fluffy texture and came in flavors like strawberry, orange, and lime. Easy to prepare and fun to eat, Fruit Float was a go-to for families looking for a quick, sweet treat. While it's no longer around, it's fondly remembered by those who grew up with it. Peanut butter boppers were an innovative snack that combined peanut butter with various coatings like chocolate or granola. They came in individually wrapped sticks, making them perfect for on-the-go snacking. They were basically the love child of a candy bar and a protein snack, perfect for kids who wanted a sugar rush with the illusion of health. Though they didn't stick around for long, they were a unique snack of their time. Bird's Eye Cool Pops were frozen treats that came in fruity flavors like grape, orange, and cherry. They were the futuristic version of popsicles, coming in soft, squeezable pouches, making them less messy and more fun to eat. They were especially popular during hot summer months when a cold, refreshing treat was just what you needed. Pringles Prints were a short-lived but memorable snack innovation. These potato chips had jokes or trivia printed directly on them. Finally, a snack that let you read while you ate. The only downside? Trying to read the joke before accidentally eating the punchline. While the flavor was the same as regular Pringles, the novelty of reading something on your chip before eating it made them a standout snack of the era. Cheese Tidbit crackers were a cheesy snack similar to modern-day Cheez-Its, but with a more intense flavor and a crunchier texture. They were perfect for snacking, but even better for making orange dust fingerprints on everything you touched. Though they eventually disappeared from store shelves, their bold cheese flavor made them unforgettable. Finally, who could forget Lick-em-Aid Fun Dip? This snack allowed kids to straight up eat flavored sugar with a candy stick. It was less about the taste and more about the sugar high that had you bouncing off the walls for hours. While Fun Dip is still around today, those who enjoyed it in the 70s will remember how special it felt to have one of these in hand. And that's our delicious stroll down memory lane. We hope this trip back to the 70s brought back some sweet, sticky memories, and maybe even a sugar craving or two. Which of these snacks do you remember? Let us know your favorites, and stay tuned for more nostalgic fun.